Hello, my friends. This is Abdoulaye Jallo. Sorry, I just have to make this message in English because I've been talking all day to my friends all around the world. And I think if I don't do it in English, one part of my friends will hear it, but the others will not. So, please, I just want to call on to you to really understand the magnitude, the seriousness of this coronavirus issue that is really affecting the whole world. We've seen a lot of cases in Asia and also in Europe, especially today. 600 Europeans, Italians died out of coronavirus. We've seen a lot of casualties in Wuhan, for instance, in China. But we tend to think that this is a problem of the others. And I want to call on to you to please know that whatever is happening in Asia or Europe can be happening to Africa, and probably in the worst way ever possible. If we have developed countries like the United States, like France, where I am, like Italy, like China, developed and rich, having all these problems to confront this coronavirus epidemic, what is going to happen in Africa? When we know that we are the least developed, when we know that our medical field is very weak, when we know that logistically we are not really up to par. So if we happen to have this in our continent without having the means to handle it, it is going to be something worse than what had happened in China or in Italy today with 600 people dying. So please, let's make sure we follow the instructions as they have been given by the authorities, the state authorities, and also the medical authorities. It is absolutely important that we stay away from each other as much as we can. Let us stop this mingling. Let us stop this touching. Let us stop this getting together until this thing is settled. This is just for a short time, but it really depends on how we handle this situation. If we follow the instructions, we may be able to stop the spread of this virus very effectively, as China has done now. But if we think that this is a problem of the others, we will be just watching and being neglectful. And what will happen? This thing is going to come to us. And when it does, it is going to be much more serious because the others have the means. You know, they have the technology, the science, and yet they're having a hard time stopping the spread of this virus. So what is going to happen to African countries who, for the most part, are not well equipped, not only in terms of technology, in terms of science, but even in terms of comportment, in terms of behavior? So we really have to follow the instructions and make sure that we stay together, we help each other, we do the right thing. We need to, because the whole future, the whole destiny of Africa depends on this crisis, which is extremely humongous. This is one of the most serious crises the African people have ever faced. So please don't downplay it. Don't think it's just a problem of the others. Let us stick together. Let us stay clean. Let us stay at home. Let us avoid public transportation as much as we can. Let us do whatever we can do to save ourselves and save our families. This is extremely important. So please, stay at home. Please stay at home. I know people need to move around to fend for themselves and to find food for their family, but sometimes it's better to be hungry than to die. And when you get outside, the virus is right there waiting for you. So please, let us stay clean. Let us stay off the crowds. Let us stay off the mingling, the getting together and all that until this thing is settled. So I'm calling on all Africans, wherever they are in the world, to follow the instructions given by authorities, to make sure that everybody around us is safe, to protect ourselves and protect the others. Because when we go outside, we're putting our lives in danger, but we're also putting people's lives in danger, and that would be a lack of responsibility. So please, let us use our values, that have been taught by our ancestors in terms of caring for each other, in terms of looking after for each other. Please let us do that. Let us stick together. let us stay strong so that we can be where we have to be as African people. That is, Africa is to be one of the greatest places in the world, and for that we need to be healthy. So please let us follow the instructions. Let us stay clean and stay off the crowds. Thank you very much for your attention.